Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am back. It's so great to see all of you again. I want to welcome each and every one of you to this wonderful live today. I have taken a little time off to work on my books and make some changes to my business, to do some personal things. And so now I'm back with you. For right now, we are going to be doing Wednesdays for the rest of this month. And I'll get on and greet all of you in just a moment. And then, next month, I might be adding a second day like I used to. So we will see how that goes. But for right now, I just want to welcome you all. Thank you all for tuning in and joining me today. For those of you who don't remember or who are new to my lives, it's been a while. I always like to start the beginning of the lives setting the tone and the ambiance. So I just want to remind everyone how important that is, because when we get on to do readings, it's a two-way street. It's not just a reader sitting here answering your questions. It's also you are bringing your whole spirit team with you. You're bringing your higher self and your consciousness with you. You are bringing whatever energy that you've had here, from the day with you. So it's, you will get out of this what you put into it as well. So with that, I always like to bring a drink. Today I have Dr. Pepper. I know that's not really healthy. I also have a Gatorade. I also like to bring, sometimes I do card readings, sometimes I don't. I brought 2 different card decks today. I know you guys like that. And I also like to bring incense and light a candle. And so I want to just invite you, for those of you who are new to my readings, you can do this next week if you're, unfamiliar with this. But I do this because it's for your mind, but it's also to help connect. And a lot of this is for you mentally and emotionally. But here on the human side of things, we need our senses to help us connect and shift our frame of mind. And our senses, if we light a candle, everything's energy, right? So you're lighting a fire here, it's energy. That's a bridge between worlds. And what it says to your mind is you're making that connection. So it's sending that ambiance for you, the physical part of you, to tap into that innate eternal part of you. And so is the incense, right? Religious practices, spiritual practices have done this for thousands of years, and there's a reason why. So I'm going to go ahead and light my incense before we get into readings. I always try to set this up for you guys so you're set up for success and you know what we're doing. Those of you that are used to listening to me know I've always done this. And over the years, I've learned to do this because there's so much more than just coming and sitting passively and getting a reading. Okay, there's so much more to this. You can walk away from readings, these readings, even if you don't get called on or you don't get a reading, you can walk away with profound ahas, with a greater sense of peace and understanding. You can know that when someone else is getting a reading, that Spirit knows who's on here. Spirit knows exactly who's listening. And so messages will come through for you, even if the reading wasn't specifically for you. Okay. So my recommendation as we go forward today is make sure that you have your thinking cap on, your listening ears. Allow yourself, this 5 minutes I talk in the beginning is also allowing you guys to breathe deeply and to center yourself, to get in a mindset and an energy place of receiving. All right. Because so many of you rush in from work, or you finish dinner, or you're on lunch break, depending on where you are in the world. And you come rushing in the thinking modality. And readings are about not just about the other side, but it's about going deeper. It's about getting in touch with your spirit team, your spirit guides, your loved ones, your angels, your teachers. It's about connecting with your higher self, the eternal you, the part of you that is beyond thought. So if you come in thinking, then that can block messages for you. Even if they come through clearly, you'll miss them. Okay. So find your own special practice, whether it's candles or incense or whatever it is you like to have to drink. Make sure it's non-alcoholic. All of these things will help you be in a better place to receive. Okay. All right. Let me say hello to everyone, and then I'll also quick for those of you who don't know me, I'll let you know a little bit about who I am and why I'm back here. Let's see. Who do we have here? Kaweezy Weezy. Hello. Nice to see you. Mel, Cindy's back. Hafsa, Davy Jones. Hello, guys. Welcome. So good to see you all again. So much has happened in the world, huh? So much has happened. And we are at a very exciting time right now. History repeats itself. So we've lived at a very peaceful time until recently. But I want to quick throw this out there because Spirit, before I do readings, always asks me to give a lesson, to share something that Spirit wants to share with you. And today, one of the things Spirit wants to remind you of is that everything is a process. Everything is a process. Not to draw conclusions from your personal situation and state right now, not to draw conclusions about what's happening in the world, to remember that you have to be your own gatekeeper. Okay, here's my little incense. You have to be your own gatekeeper. That means, you choose what you feed yourself with the media. You choose what you feed yourself with, what you read, with what movies you watch, with the social media you're exposed to, with the conversations that you have. You choose. And we don't all realize that we have a choice, but Spirit wants you to know they see you, they know who's here today, and that you have more choices than you're aware that you have, and you have the power to be creating your own reality. Okay. Let's see. Anessa, welcome. Rosalind, welcome. So I am going to, as I do readings today, I'm going to try to keep them more succinct and so that we can get through everybody's as many people's questions as possible. That's one of my lessons. Spirit keeps reminding me, serve as many people as possible, as efficiently, as succinctly as you can. And I just want to remind you guys, if you have notes you want to take, that's great too. If you want to come back and listen, not just to my readings, but when you get on here and listen to readings, the message Spirit has always said for me, and, I'm a psychic medium, an animal communicator, a channel, a dimension walker, all those different things, because really they all come from the same place. We don't have to just be one or the other. It all comes together for me. And what Spirit has always told me is, remember that your readings are to be utilized. So don't just listen to what one reader says and then, wait and go to the next reader. And does this reader say that? And that one reader said that. Don't give your power away outside of yourself. Okay. Ask, what resonates with you, not your ego, what resonates with your intuition. And when Spirit comes through, at least in my readings, they have a call to action. And if you really want the outcome, Spirit's not just about answering your questions. Spirit is about giving you information and reminders for your powerful choices. What do you need to make if you want to change? Spirit's going to tell you, this is what you keep doing. This is what you need to shift, right? So really listen closely, even if I'm not reading for you. If you want change, if you want transformation, if things you don't like keep showing up, it's got a lesson for you. Lessons are repeated until learned. So listen real closely, go through what I'm saying with a fine-tooth comb and apply what is given to you. Don't just listen to it. Okay. You are a member of your spirit team. You are a member of your spirit team. You're the part here on earth. So you're the one that has to do the hard work of implementing. Okay. All right. Oh, let's see here. All righty. I'm going to scroll up here. You're lighting incense now, Hafsa. Wonderful. Thank you. That's so great. Yes. Kawizi, I'm back. Oh, good morning. Mel, where are you from? Good morning. Goodness. Okay. Yeah, the incense definitely makes a difference. Happy birthday, Kawizi. How are you? Happy birthday. That's great. How you doing, Keith? October 5th. Wonderful. Oh my gosh. So you were having a birthday just when our wonderful harvest moon started. Wow. So, it's interesting because there's a lot of need right now for that Libra energy, Keith. And, I also see for you, this can be an absolutely amazing, amazing year moving forward for you. And not to go forward with necessarily the expectation of, oh my gosh, like it's going to be greater than what you feel you can live up to. But your spirit guides are showing me that this is a time for you to really step into your power this year. All of that won't necessarily be roses and butterflies and unicorns, but it will be exceedingly fulfilling. At the end of this year, if you keep stepping into your power, when you have challenges that come up, whether they're external or they're internal emotions and things that you're dealing with, you're being asked to embrace it, to walk into it, to open your arms for it and say, what can I learn here? Because what I've just been told for you is that this year you're going to be given quantum leap opportunities. That means the things that maybe you thought you've missed out on or fallen behind on or lost or been trying to figure out for years in the past. Maybe you feel like I can see where some of your energy is sort of lagging back there in the past. This year is the year for all that to catch up. And you're going to be given a lot of opportunities that they're wanting you to look out for. They'll show up. I don't mean like don't try too hard to look for it, but know that they are there. And when we don't see opportunities, it's simply that we don't notice them. And this is going to be the year for you to really step into that power. What they're showing me is that you're going to have a complete transformation if you do that. And what happens when we have a complete transformation? Everything in our life shifts. Okay. Yes, your dad was definitely around you on your birthday. And, his energy is one of the energies sharing this with me, right? Your whole spirit team is rooting for you right now. They're celebrating because your birthday wasn't just this is a celebration here for your physical life. Your birthday was also at the time where you were having a major shift in your energy. There's energetic opportunities in your astrological chart that are aligning with opportunities in the world right now for you to walk through those doors. Make sure, they're saying, you don't procrastinate on this. When you see these opportunities, and they will either show up as things that are exciting, things that and you're like inspired about, or sometimes challenges that you're going to be afraid of. Embrace it, because all it is a door that you're walking through. If you do this, by this time next year, you're going to be able to look back and go, wow, I have transformed more in this past year than I have the last 12 to 15 years. That's amazing. And it's a gift that we have here when we are incarnated during our quantum leaps. Let me quick tell you before I move on to someone else what a quantum leap is for all of you. A quantum leap is literally condensed time. Okay, it is a condensing and speeding up of time. So you're either, things that would have taken you 10, 20, 30 years to figure out or accomplish happen. And it's mostly on it can be on a physical, tangible level, yes. but the physical, tangible level comes from the state of consciousness. So you have this opportunity this year, this quantum leap, these quantum leaps, period, are knocking on your door, Keith. And they're just saying, look, here it is. Happy birthday. And we're inviting you, Keith, to do your part. Know that we're going to be there. We're going to be presenting these opportunities. We're going to be supporting you and surrounding you when these opportunities come into your life. It's just your job to recognize them and move forward with a higher version of yourself. That means they want you to make your choices based on the version of yourself that you want. So whatever it is you want, you have to ask yourself, with the version of me that has that, what would that person choose? What would the version of me that is where I want to be choose? You make those choices now, and it creates for you that, the life at the frequency of the vision that you hold. Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah. Isn't that amazing, Sharon? Thanks, Spirit. It just came through me. I mean, that was Spirit's message to Keith. So that's really awesome. Thank you, Keith, for letting me read for you. Mwah, happy birthday. And I'm really excited to follow your journey this year. I love quantum leaps. This is awesome. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Alethea. Let's see here. Hi, Paul. Brolick, hello. Oh my gosh, it's so great to see all of you again. Yay. Brolick, happy birthday to your oldest daughter. Wow, that's amazing. That's so wonderful. Wow. I see. Do you guys have a dog, Brolick? Do you have a fuzzy animal in your life? I see I'm asking right now if that is thank you, Keith. I'm so glad it resonated with you. I'm asking if this is an animal totem and or a real animal in her life. Actually, it looks like thank you, Paul. Let's see. Wow. Interesting. So first of all, Brolic, also the coyote animal totem also shows up for your daughter this year, and that's really exciting. It indicates teamwork and independence. It also indicates being clever. It indicates standing in her, shifting into her power, and that a shift in what she's sharing and what she looks to the outside for to, in other words, when we reach outside and we look outside for people and for feedback, we're oftentimes giving our power away, right? Because everyone has our opinion. Everyone doesn't need to know your business. Everybody has their own opinion, right? So when we learn to trust ourselves more, which is what I'm seeing your daughter's going to have this year, Brolic, she's going to be moving into a place where she's learning this year to trust herself more. And the coyote animal totem, animal messenger that's with her this year is going to be helping her work more functionally with the collective, with people, with groups, with relationships, with family. But it's going to do so by helping her become a stronger, more dependent individual. Okay. So this is exciting. I don't know if you're still on here, Brolic. I don't see you on here. I hope if you're not, you come back and listen to this because this is really powerful for her. This is going to be an exciting year for maturing for her. Oh, so exciting. Okay, let's see here. Guys, I'm going to get to as many people as I can. Spirit's like, listen, you're getting back online. You need to be more succinct and go through as many of these as you can for people. Give them something to work with. So I'm like, okay. All right, let's see here. I'm going to just go where Spirit's showing me. Hi, Kayla. Welcome. Oh, yours was October 1st. Happy birthday. Let's see. Paul says, peanut butter and banana. Wow, amazing. That's wonderful. I love that. I had peanut butter for breakfast as well. Good to see you, Casey. Yes, thanks, Spirit, Kristen. That's right. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, Mel, you have, let's see, you have a spirit team that's trying really hard to get through to you right now. Are you aware that your spirit team has been trying to get through to you, Mel? Have you been getting that attention? Like, have you been picking up on that? Um, they're trying to get through to you. There's especially two that are really trying to get through to you right now. It's about, okay, so interesting. So, first of all, Mel, one of the things they're trying to get through to tell you to it's not that they're trying anxiously to get through and warn you about anything other than yourself. So they want you to hi Catherine, welcome. They want you to relax. A, so you can receive information, and B, so you can allow the things that you're taking really seriously to come to fruition without less effort on your part. Okay? It doesn't surprise you. Yeah. So they want to be able to communicate with you more freely, right? With in a more fluid way, so you're not even as, dependent on getting validation from somebody like myself. But the thing they're saying, and they have a sense of humor and love when they're saying this, is that the energy, my first impression of them was, oh, they were serious about getting in touch with you. But that's a reflection, because they wanted to get in touch with you because they want you to not be so serious. Okay? They want you to have more faith and trust. I'm not a religious person. I don't mean that in a religious way. I just mean that in a spiritual way. More faith, meaning more trust in yourself, more trust in your intuition, more trust in the universe, trusting that the universe always has your back. And no matter what we choose, this is as Abraham Hicks says, a yes universe, Mel. So what they want you to understand is that every time you're stressed and you're worried and you are taking something really seriously and you see it as a problem or challenge to work through, what's happening is you are now confining and making a difficult path for yourself. When you let go and let God, as they say, and this is not saying to not take radical responsibility. Okay. They want you to take radical responsibility. What they're telling me is they're like, she goes a little over the line. Okay. There's really two spirit guides really talking strongly here. And there's also an older gentleman figure. It looks like a grandfatherly figure. And they're all saying very clearly, she kind of goes a little over the line. So you just need a little balance there. And what you need to do is add the trust in there. Trust the universe. Trust yourself. Trust that your higher self. Remember, guys, you're always in spirit. Every one of you. Your physical body is under this illusion here, this incarnation illusion, which is very real when we're here. But guess what? In reality, your soul is still in spirit. So your intuition is the voice of your soul. You can trust it. So, Mel, trusting yourself, trusting the universe, trusting that if your focus is on the right alignment, things will actually take care of themselves. There are roles that you need to play, Mel. You are correct. However, you don't need to feel that you have to carry the world on your shoulders. Ask them, what should I do? Ask them, may I be a vehicle of love, light, and healing, is what I say. You come up with your own. But how may I better this situation? And then let go. And guys, this is the last thing I'm going to say on this, Mel, but this is for everyone. This is the hardest part. Whether you're manifesting, whether you're doing mediumship, whether you're doing a reading, whether you're having an argument with someone, letting go of egoic control is the hardest part. But when you do that, you rise above it. So, for example, when I have people who are having loved ones or animals that are ready to cross over, and I'm helping them with that, I tell them to pray and ask that, the best outcome, the most peaceful, least painful, least amount of suffering may be the path of that person or that animal. And then I say, may thy will be done, because thy will of the eternal consciousness that we call, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. Universe, God, eternal intelligence, Whatever you want to name it, we do that for our egoic selves. When you let go, you allow your soul to connect with that power. And then what your focus and prayer and intention is, if it is of the best course, will happen by itself. And Mel, you'll know what to do. You will know what to do. I think what stops me is I find it's too hard to trust the universe. Well, there you go. That's exactly what they're saying. That's your ego saying that. Why? I'm also a mindset coach, guys. I do transformational mindset coaching and neuroscience. And I can tell you that that's the ego. The ego is going to tell you that, because think about it, guys. This is for everyone. What happens if I see you, Sharon and Andrea? Hello. What happens if you let go and trust the universe? What happens to the ego? Your soul is eternal. The universe is eternal. Your ego is not. So guess who's scared? All that fear you guys fear, all the jealousy, all the anger, all the negative emotions, the ego isn't bad. You need the ego to survive and to have a self-identity. But when you don't trust the universe, that's because your ego is what dies with the body. You go on eternally, but your ego for each incarnation dies, and it knows that. So why would it want you to trust the universe when its only way of feeling safe is to be in control of your life? Okay. So Mel, let that be help for you. It's just practice, guys. This is the last thing I'm going to send you off with, Mel. It's practice. We are physical beings while we are here, and we rely on mindset and neuroscience. Okay. Our physiology has a part of who and what we are. And so you have to create a new pathway of trust. And that means letting go. And letting go is literally too easy. That's the problem. It's too easy. Probably just broke all my incense. You just let go. That's why most people say they can't really meditate, because you just have to let go of the thoughts, let go of the control. It's the easiest thing you've ever done. That's why it seems so hard, because the ego makes everything hard. Okay. So Mel, keep me posted. I will say, like I tell my Awakening Your Intuition clients, Katie Newkirk, woo woo. I want you guys to understand that when you journal and you write, you're connecting to source, and you're writing off all the emotional crap and the overthinking. Okay. You're writing it all off. So do that, Mel, to get it out of the way so that they can get through, so that you don't have to try so hard. Okay. It'll get easier for you in the next 3 years. This is going to be you're going to have this down. Okay. All right. Mwah. Thank you for letting me read for you. All right. I love it. Somebody's like, happy birthday to all the Libras out there. I love that. Yes, you're one with spirit, Kristen. That's right. Okay, let's see here. I'm moving up here to see who spirit wants me to go to next. Let's see here. Ooh, okay. I've got I'm trying to decipher which one of you. I'm looking at Sharon, Andrea, and Mary here. And it's interesting, guys, because I'm getting a lot of yes, Mel, that's your intuition. I'm getting a lot of really deep emotional pain here. Let's see. So Mary, I'm going to try to get through all three of you here. So Mary, are you still there? So for some reason, Mary, with you, I'm seeing, it's for you then. Okay. Sharon, we'll get you. I'm getting a bunch of things like for all three of you. So I want to sort this out. So Sharon, we'll go back to you. I want to share this for Mary, because I also had, I keep seeing flowers, Mary. Are you still there, Mary? I'm going to do this as it comes in. You're there. Okay. I keep seeing flowers, Is there a reason I'm seeing flowers? They're just like shoving all these beautiful flowers in my face. Um, and I'm asking them, I'm having a side conversation with spirit, and I'm asking, is this representative of a process that you're going through and of the outcome and of the budding of different aspects of your life? Are they showing me a journey here in memories? And it seems as though it's a combination of things um, that are going on. They're taking me back actually to they're taking me back to the passing of a close family member and to the blooming and budding of an awakening that you're having within yourself since that time. Um, and they're showing me that there's some aspects that you are subconsciously working on. I don't know how conscious you are of this or not, Mary, but that you need to jump. There's something you need to jump up and do something new in order to bump up to this next level of yourself. And they're asking me to look at what it is you are. Bye, Paul. Thanks for joining us. Mary, they're asking me to have you look at where are you staying comfortable? Um, you know, they're using the flowers in several ways. They're using it as memory. They're using it as an analogy, that growth and that blossoming. And they're showing me, Mary, that you are like, you're right on the precipice of something and it's underneath the surface. I honestly don't know how conscious you are of this or not. It's under the surface and it involves getting out and interacting with different people. It involves stepping up and taking a leadership role. It involves stepping up and being a voice that you are hesitant to have. And you need to do that. You need to step up and be a voice. You need to step out and be what they're saying is vulnerable. You need to step out. And it doesn't mean you have to, be bossy or be in control or force people to listen to you, but there are things that you are reserving in doing and saying that need to come out. Okay? And you're being hindered. They're showing me you're being hindered. This is a safety zone, so I think you need to go back and figure out when exactly this occurred. I'm seeing it looks as though this has been going on for a while. So sometime within the last like 15 years, there's an element of your growth that was stunted by the loss of someone very close. And you have been supposed to like kind of blossom into this garden because I'm being shown you have a lot of really important things that you need to share that people need. And you're delicately saying, and there's nothing wrong with being reserved. I love being reserved, but there are some elements that you need to become comfortable stepping out and allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Okay. And this is a part of your self growth. And it's been a long time coming. Okay. They're telling me to take some quiet time alone out in nature. Listen to your voice. Ask, who am I and what am I here? What is my next adventure? What is it that I need to learn right now? And jot down that first answer that you get, Mary, because that's a code for you and only you. Okay, these are things under the surface I'm seeing. And I want you to take some time this evening and just really seriously think about it and look at where it's showing up subtly in your life. Okay, you're having not done this yet, stepped out into a vulnerable place yet, it's very subtle. And you don't realize that it's sort of hindering you and slowing things down, but it is. Okay. Come back sometime in the next few weeks because you're going to have some follow-up questions on this because this is going to sort of be like the little ribbon that pulls the package open. Okay. Thank you for letting me read for you. Wow. You got a lot going on there. It's going to be cool. All right, Sharon, let's see here. Let me all right. So you have Sharon, have you been calling in the angels? Because you are completely surrounded right now by a circle of angels. Not that you're not always, guys, we always have circles around us. Um, and Mary, don't try, make a commitment, make a solid choice. You're welcome, Mary. Okay, so you've called them in. The reason I ask if you called them in is because I can always see the presence of angels and spirit guides in your spirit team around. But if they're around and they're making sort of like a circular shape and it's not just their own need to protect, or they come like with intention, it literally looks as though they've been called. It feels as though they've been called. They come like, hi, we're here, we're here. And the thing is that they want you to know that they're present, and that's why they wanted you to be here today. Good, Mary. Here's the healing message for you, okay? Because I feel this deep pain and this deep sadness. And there's a couple messages here, and it really is for all of you, but it's something your angels have been trying to share with you, okay? Try to look at emotional pain in a different way, okay? Everything is always working out in our best interest, always. There's two reasons that we feel pain, right? One, obviously, is if we feel there's a loss of something. We feel like we've lost a loved one. We feel like we've lost a relationship. We feel like, things have changed in a scary way, and we have emotional pain from that. And it's either because there's something we need to learn that we have not learned without that pain, okay? So in other words, it's like either way, it's something we have to learn, but it's either through the choices that we've made and it's a message that we need to turn around and make other choices, or like I believe in your case, it is we gain from, I don't want to say we gain from pain, but everything is about realigning you and about waking you up. And so, what we experience as pain, you have to understand on the other side is not an effort to cause pain. Okay. Um, so yeah, Sharon, I am let's see if you Sharon, you're the one I'm talking to right now. Just so you know. Okay? You are the one I'm talking to. You said you'd love a message. So that's what we're doing. So I'm trying to explain this the way the angels are trying to show it to you. Whatever we resist persists, right? So if we have an ongoing deep sadness or deep pain, whatever that is, we need to I hope you were listening to all that, Sharon, because I thought you knew I was reading for you. Hi, Bernadette. So we need to be able to first accept and embrace that. Okay. And I say this because, emotional pain can be just as bad as physical pain, right? Um, and when we're feeling the feeling of loss, the yes, there takes time, but you have to change the perspective. Okay. So I'm going to give you some ways to do that, which is what your angels want me to do right now. First of all, nothing is ever, ever lost. And I would like you to write this down or listen to this again because your angels want you to put this into practice. Okay. This is the reality. We are told and taught that death is something that it's not. Okay. There is no death, first of all. We come down here in an illusory state where we can experience what seems to be physical. And I'm just going to dump all this on you, Sharon, because they're asking me to. They're wanting me to shake up your perspective of the idea of pain, loss, and death. Okay. They want me to shake that up for you because part of our human experience is coming here and experiencing that loss so we can realize nothing is ever lost. Nothing is ever lost. Okay. So and I'm writing a book about this, guys. I'm getting ready to publish my first book on this, life before and after death. And the reason that I'm calling it that is because remember, Sharon, that your loved ones, everyone you know, you're not born into here and then you die and go somewhere else. You and your loved ones, your dad lived eternally before coming into this world. Okay. So, guys, when I'm sharing this, I'm channeling and I'm getting messages from the spirit team. I'm doing all these things. Okay. So, this isn't just me and my opinion as Larkin. I'm sharing you what they're sharing with me from the other side. Okay. And having a very intact cosmic memory, I remember this. So, I can vouch for them when they're saying this as a human. You know, you and your family were together before this life. You chose your parents. You come here as a life experience. Okay. And the truth of the matter is that you're going to go back to your home is over there. It's supposed to feel like it's here so we can have an incarnated experience, but actually your home is not here. It's on the other side where you came from. Okay. So, we could also say when you come into incarnation that you die on the other side. You don't do that either. What happens is your soul actually stays in the spirit world and a little tiny bit of it comes to enliven your body and a little bit of it focuses your consciousness in a physical body and that's it. So all that's happened in your father's departure is it was his time. It was always your choice. It's his choice. Okay. So they want me to share that with you. Second of all, I want to remind you from when I asked Spirit years ago, what do I tell people when they ask about, their loved ones or their animals passing away? What is something I can tell them to get them a realistic idea of their relationship? And Spirit said to me, and I've used this quote ever since, your relationship has not ended. It has merely transformed. So now your father's even more of himself than he was before. Okay. And really hasn't gone anywhere. I mean, literally, there's such a thin veil there. Okay. How does that help the emotional pain? Well, it doesn't, because as humans, we still we miss our loved ones desperately. But I will tell you, Sharon, and what they're sharing with me is the more you broaden out, the more you step back to the consciousness of the eternal soul that you are, Sharon, that you know, the less painful it seems. Right? You'll feel the emotional pain, but you'll just observe yourself as a human having the emotional pain. Your soul already knows, Sharon, your soul already knows that you were with your dad for eternity before you all came here, and you're going to be there again in a split second. Here's another one for you they're asking me to share. Okay. Here's one for those of you that are into reincarnation. I love doing past life regressions, but here's the deal, guys. All lives are happening now. It's all now. Your focus at the moment, Sharon, is in this life. Your soul is focused on this made up time space continuum right here. But in reality, you're all together on the other side because it's all happening at once. That's why I tell people you can reincarnate in the future, in the past. It's all happening in the now. This is what Eckhart Tolle is trying to explain in The Power of Now. So Sharon, what they want me to do, ask you to do with you, is they want you to encourage you to not only build a better practice with your spirit team now, because you're going to be motivated to, because there's such a deep sadness and pain that you have. Okay. There's a reason for our sadness and pain, guys. It serves us. It serves us. Okay. But the other thing is, this is going to teach you, because you want to have an ongoing relationship with your father. It's going to teach you to do that. How do you do that? Number one, know your loved ones can always see, feel, and hear you and know what you're thinking. Always. Doesn't mean you don't have privacy, guys. Okay, remember, they're outside of space and time. It means whenever you talk to him, he knows. Whatever happened that you wanted to explain, that you want to closure about, he knows. Because when we have our life review, we get to feel what everyone we ever interacted with us felt. So he knows. Okay, there is nothing that you have to explain or share or that was incomplete. Okay, we have incompleteness from this side, we feel, but it's never incomplete. Okay. Now let's see here. Yeah, he wants you to to just get the emotion out and move on to continuing. What is your relationship with him now? He wants you to ask, okay, so what is my relationship with him now? Because it's going to be new and different, but it's still him. Okay. It's still him. He wants you to know that. When you write in my Awakening Your Intuition program, guys, I encourage my clients to journal, to write. The way I strengthened my mediumship skills and my channeling skills, and I was able to tell who was talking about who and what, is from journaling. Because I got all the crap out of my own thoughts out of the way, and then I started being able to distinguish who is who on paper. So you can do that too, Sharon. I would write to him. I would walk to, take walks in nature. I would, when you are emotional, please understand, when you guys are missing someone and you're feeling pain and emotion, guess what? That is their electromagnetic energy. Hi, Catherine. In your presence. So it's not always you dismissing him and crying. It's also you feeling the electromagnetic energy of his soul in your energy body, in your aura. And that will come through in the form of emotion, because everything's energy. Okay. Let's see here. Yes. Well, because that's what this is. So your angels and your dad are there with you. And that was the deep emotional pain and loss that I felt. So thank you for speaking up and saying that was you, because all of your energies were really close there, the three of you. So it will be okay, but one step at a time. That is your task from them. Your dad's like, I'm here for you to practice with. I love you. I'm proud of you. This only good can come from this, Sharon. Okay. All that's happened is he's returned home before you, just like he was here before you. Okay. And the more you normalize that and you get out of the life story, the more peace you're going to have. Okay. He's sending you constant signs. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sharon. I'll see you soon. Yes, you're very welcome. Okay. So let's see. I have to hold on here. Hi, Catherine. I have to go up here because I said, hi, Modi. I hope I said that right. Is that right? Oh, Maddie. Sorry, Maddie. I thought I missed. Hold on, guys. I just threw up. Hi, Donna Ray. Autumn. Hello. I know I just have a couple minutes. Yes, I was. Okay. Wait a minute. I just want to make sure, guys. I was drawn to something up here before, and I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, there you go. There you go, Andrea. That's the other third person I had up there. All right. I've got 6 minutes. Boy, these never go. So, guys, Andrea, I'm going to do you. I just want to remind you guys, I'm going to be here every Wednesday, 4 p.m. EDT. Next month, I'll do another 2 days. I'm also going to have my own readings on the Larkin Psychic Medium page. You can find it listened here. My mindset coaching is on My Powerful Choices, but the readings are on the Larkin Spiritual Interpreter page, and that's going to be lives on Mondays or Fridays. I don't know which yet. I think on Fridays. So anyway, if you guys get on and you follow my Larkin Psychic Medium page or My Powerful Choices, you'll get all those announcements that pop up if I didn't get to you today. Okay. All right. So let's see, Andrea. Whew. So you're so Andrea, you are actually, you have some opportunities that you're missing. Your spirit guides are showing me you have some opportunities and things that are showing up. You don't need to you don't need to keep track of everything. You don't need to control everything, and you don't need to always feel good. Okay. You have some different emotional messages that are coming about, and you don't, and they want you to stop overthinking. You're not creating enough space, Andrea, for you to receive everything that they're trying to give you right now. Okay. Um, and hi, innocent. Welcome. Wow. And they have so much that they want to share and deliver for you. So Andrea, you're not living yet to your potential. So think about, I shouldn't say think about, because they're asking me to have you not overthink. The egoic mind is always telling you you have to work harder, do more, be faster, be more efficient, think more, get everything right. This is what the egoic mind tells us, but spirit tells us the opposite. And your spirit team is trying to tell you you need to have a balance. Okay? And so, just like what's really interesting is, Keith just asked, will the music ever work out? That's up to you. See, guys, these things are up to you. If you're, and this time I'm answering your question, Keith, because this is tying into Andrea here. When we have an idea of how we think things should go, and we're all caught in our identity. We all are. And you're caught in your identity, what happens is you block it from coming. Like, there's, a letting go of the outcome aspect that Andrea and Keith, you as well, need to have. Keith, you need to be doing the music just for the joy of it and not wondering about working out, because you're isolating it by saying, will it ever work out? Well, it's already working out if you're doing it. You have to let the flow into your work. And Andrea, you have the same flow that you're blocking in your life. You have some wonderful, amazing dreams that are waiting to be fulfilled that are actually greater than what you're imagining and wanting to manifest. But you need to stop measuring them. You need to stop looking and saying, okay, am I doing the right thing? Is this gonna create this outcome? Maybe I should have done that. They want you to just stop that. Just for a week. Try just for a week to replace all the overthinking and their micromanaging of yourself with gratitude. That's what they're saying. Just for a week. Try it. If you have to journal to get all that extra thinking out, go for it. But you need to allow the flow of the universe, guys, to flow through you. If it doesn't, it can't support your work. Okay. All right. I did try to be more efficient today. I do have 1 minute, so I have to log off. So I apologize if I didn't get to you. I went to who Spirit drew me to. I'm trying hard to be more efficient. So thank you for your support. Again, you can find me on my Psychic Medium page. I do live readings there. I have courses and things like that as well, different events. And if you're into the mindset work, is the My Powerful Choices page. I'll be back here next Wednesday at the same time. And until then, Veronica has the most amazing readers on this page I've ever seen. Just make sure you utilize what they're saying and don't just go from reader to reader trying to get different answers for the same thing. Okay, make sure you really utilize what Spirit is sharing with you. Okay, you're welcome, Andrea. All right, I love you all. I'm sorry I have to go. I'll see you next week. Bye. If it'll let me close the stream, it might not.